What up, YouTube? What up, Fight World? It's your boy D Dynamite here. And I gotta say, good fight, good motherfucking night. That was a good fucking fight we just seen, man. For those of you who missed it, I hope you DVR'd it. Or, you know what I mean? And YouTube, tune into that shit on YouTube. That was a good fucking fight. That's the definition of a good fight. A good back and forth affair. A good fight where two guys are equally matched. Alright? This is what the fuck I want to see, man. This is what I want to see, man. Shouts out to both fighters. Andre Direll. Shouts out to James Degale. Congratulations for winning his first world title. Alright? Being the first to win a gold medal and a world title in the UK, man. Shouts out to James Degale for that. You know what I mean? Shouts out to Andre Direll for showing tremendous heart. Getting knocked down 2 times in the second round, sorry. Getting knocked down 2 times in the second round, man. Coming back, battling back, and creating an epic fight for us fans, man. So I just had to get that out the way early. First round draft pick, man. Because they put on a show. They put on a show for us as fans, man. So shouts out to both of them. So, man, you know what, man? This fight was truly a back and forth affair. A fight at halves. First half, you would have to give to James Degale. Second half, you probably have to give to Andre Direll. Man, this fight could have went either way, man. Either way. If Andre Direll would have won this fight, nobody would have been able to complain about it. James Degale won. Nobody should be able to complain about it. It was that fucking close. It was one of those kind of fights, man, that just could have been scored either way. But James Degale won it. I got no complaints. Shouts out to him. New IBF world champion. Okay? Shouts out to him, man. You know, I picked Andre Direll to win this fight. But I had some concerns. I felt like Andre Direll had more skills. I felt like he had the better or the more refined and more polished technical skills. Okay, more variety. You know, I can tell when he was changing back and forth from southpaw to orthodox. I can tell it was somewhat confusing James Degale at latter portions of this fight. So I had Andre Direll winning based off of the technical skill advantage that I believe that he possessed. But other than that, I knew this was going to be a close fight. I knew it was going to be scored right down the middle, man. Here's the concerns that I had as far as this fight was concerned. I had some concerns that I addressed in my prediction video. If you didn't see it, go ahead and check it out. Some concerns that I had about Andre Direll. Okay. The first concern that I had was the fact that Andre Direll, if you watch his career earlier on in the Super 6 tournament, okay, Andre Direll utilized a lot of movement, all right, a lot of movement. He would use a lot of movement, and he would use his reflexes. He would use his reflexes as a part of his defense. So he would use his feet and his reflexes as a part of his defense, okay, and kind of pot shot and throw combinations and spurts. That was his style. Now, fast forward in time, we have a new Andre Direll that fights in the pocket, all right, more fan-friendly for the casuals, you know, and is just more hittable. Now, my major concerns were the fact that, first, Andre Direll doesn't have the experience fighting with that style, fighting top opposition, okay? He's had 5 pro fights back since his injury, but fighting the level of opposition like a James Degale with a new style, I knew that there would be an experience gap, okay? I didn't know how much the gap would be, but I knew that there would be an experience gap there, okay? That was the first thing that concerned me, all right? And we saw that was a problem because when you look at the fight, all right, you saw that Andre Direll came into the fight with this overconfident, with a certain overconfidence, okay? It's okay to be confident, but he came in a little too overconfident, almost like he wasn't worried about the power and the skill of Degale, okay? So, because he's so used to fighting lower levels of opposition and completely and utterly outclassing them, That's how he came into this fight as. All right. So during the fight, he had to kind of raise his level and adjust to the skill level of James Degale. Okay. You saw that in the fight. Had he had come out, in my opinion, ready for the same kind of fight, I think we would have saw a different fight. But going back to what I was saying earlier, that experience, there was an experience gap there. The second thing was, when I mentioned earlier is, Andre Direll, he used to use his reflexes. Not used to, still, he used to use his reflexes along with his foot movement as a part of his defense. Now, here's the thing. He got rid of his foot movement. All right, but he still utilizes his reflexes. And if you look at my prediction video, I mentioned that Direll's reflexes, to me, aren't as good as they used to be back when he was fighting in the Super 6 tournament. So I did not want him to use his reflexes as a part of his defense. By the way, when I say reflexes, I mean like Direll has this tendency where he likes to kind of break the boxing rules, and he'll pull straight back, and he'll kind of depend on his quick reflexes to get out of the way of certain punches. He'll drop his hands and he'll back straight up, all right, and he'll break the rules. That's what I mean when I say defense. Now, with all that shit being said, because if you couple the fact that his reflexes have declined, all right, since the Super 6 days, along with the idea that his foot movement, all right, he's not utilizing the same foot movement that he did back in the day, all right. If you couple those two things together, you have somewhat of a defensive disaster. Now, he did add some things to his game, okay. He boxes really well on the inside, all right. He utilizes his range very well, but again, that experience gap, okay. Had he had fought someone close or near the level of a James Degale, he would have been more prepared, all right, defensively for someone like Degale, and he wouldn't have gotten caught that early in the fight. But ultimately, that experience gap, all right, ended up making a big difference in this fight to me, okay? But all in all, man, this was a good fucking fight, man. I want to see a rematch ASAP. I want to see it tomorrow. Fuck that. I want to see a rematch. This was a good fucking fight, man. Shouts out to both fighters again, man. I just, this was a good fight, man. Shit, I know I keep saying the same thing over and over again, but that's how I feel about this fight, man. Very competitive, all the way up and down, okay? This wasn't some lopsided shit like Canelo Kirkland or Danny Garcia Rod Salka. This was a competitive fight, man. A good competitive fight. Anyone could have won this fight, man. Anyone could have won this fight. That 117 scorecard, whoever that is, he need to be shot in the fucking head, okay? This was a good fight. Very close, man. But that's all I got to say about this shit, man. Let me know what you think. Do you want a rematch? If so, when? All right, who did you have winning this fight? Did you have Degale winning? Did you have Direll winning? Let me know. Hit me up in the comment section below, or you can hit me up on Twitter, box capital X or capital X die. You can also hit me up on my Facebook community chat. We talk that shit on there, box -sign or -sign die. But until next time, it's your boy D Dynamite, man. I'm signing out. Holla at your motherfucking boy.